Righto, this is going to be something a bit different. This is these things here and these things here, and this is the inside of my mate's little camper that's on the back of his ute. This single bloke, 80 years old. I've got to look after him. He spent $1,000 on this electric awning. These fancy arms here and what have you, and it's got to go on the side here. It's got to go onto the side of this unit here. Problem is, this unit is 7 foot long, or 7 foot from that end to that end. The awning's 10 foot wide, so I've got to either make some extensions somehow, or which I can't do because they already come down past these toolboxes, so it's going to have to sit up above where the roof comes up, but that won't hurt. That'll actually give it a bit more height. I've got to make a thing on the back here to accept the arms and the crossbeam and all the rest of it. But the problem is I've got to squeeze a 10 foot awning onto a 7 foot side, and it can't really hang out. It can hang out at the back a little bit, not much. But these two halves here, this piece and this piece, actually join together to form the roll. They join via this thing. This thing slides down inside them, so, and is screwed in place, and then the other half slides on that end. So in theory, I should simply be able to cut these back and rejoin them. That's what I've got to study up on and find out for sure whether I can or not. So anyway, as I was saying, before I was brutally interrupted, I should be able to simply relocate these holes further down, cut this off to the right length. I may have to do both sides, otherwise your joint's going to be right at one end, but that probably wouldn't matter. But there is a, well, you can't see it, there is like a stiffening bracket part way down on that one, and on that one it has the motor, which is down here. This is an electric awning. I paid $1,000 for it because he's 80 years old and can't manage pulling out a normal awning. And this bloke's looked after me a lot. We're good mates. He's always been good, and one way or another I'm going to make this thing work. The only issue I'm going to possibly have is these things, which are the side frames, these things here, which are going to have to attach to a bracket that I'm going to have to put up here, the mount, go the full length. But I fear they're going to have to stick up past here because they're too bloody long, and I'd get away with it on the back because there's this frame here, but I can't get away with it up the front because they've come down to about there and prevent opening this toolbox. So they're going to have to go up. I'm going to make sure I leave enough room for that. That winds down from inside the lid, and I've got to make sure I leave enough room for that to operate efficiently. So yeah, we've got some fun and games today. Got a feeling it's going to be today and, oh well, maybe not tomorrow, maybe Friday. So tomorrow I've got to go to a I've got to go and help out at a local men's shed. They have, it's not bad, this little camper. The local men's, a local men's shed does, they have intellectually disabled or handicapped, or whatever they're called these days. They come out once a week and dismantle e-waste, and they use this men's shed to do it. And so I get called in. I supply them with e-waste, DVD players and what have you, stuff that's not too involved pulling apart, and I get called out every so often to show them how to deal with certain things that they get. And tomorrow I've got to go and show them how to pull apart solar inverters. But I've got a feeling this is more than the day's work here, because I've got to make extensions that are going to come off the side here, out here. I've got to bring it out here and then try and mount these outboard of this, because otherwise this is where you open this up, this whole side here opens up, and that's his kitchen, and the awning is going above the kitchen, which is a good idea. I love this old bloke. He's as hard as nails. He's got a soft heart. He's got a good heart. He's a good man. He's a good mate. He's 80 years old and he's a little bit frail in some respects, but oh Jesus, he's tough where it counts. He's as tough as nails where it counts. 80 years old, and he did a trip down to Hastings. Look at all the gear he's got in here, will you? He did a trip down to Hastings not long ago from here, which is 6 hours each way, towing a 3-ton trailer with a car. I went down and picked up a car. Down and back in a day. It was 14 hours in the car. Got home at the end of the day. He said, "Whoa, I was buggered by the time I got home." He's 80 years old and still doing it. I admire that. I want to be like him when I get to his age, I tell you. Anyway, I better get to it. I've got a few other little bits and pieces I've got to do to this thing, and I've got to get a boat off a trailer for him so he can do a bit of work on the trailer and pull his forklift apart and fix the ram on it. I'm going to be busy for a few days, so there won't be a heck of a lot of e-wasting going on, but that's okay. He's worth it. We'll see how this thing goes. I'll make another video once I've got it all up and operational, and we'll see how well it goes. Cheers, bye.